finally here with my review of the Moto G. And I'd like to say a big thank you to Motorola for sending this phone out to me to review for you guys. So let's get right into the video. At first glance, you can really see that the Moto G is really similar in design to its older brother, the Moto X. Now, it has a two-tone design with a glossy front and matte black. Now, I did have a problem with the design, which is because the back was matte and it's plastic, it attracted a lot of fingerprints, which I wasn't a very big fan of. But overall, the Moto G has a really nice design. The back is curved to fit well in the palm of your hand, and there's an indent where the Motorola logo is on the back, which serves as a resting place for your finger. So you would have a really nice grip of the phone, even though the screen is 4.5 inches and it's quite big for some people. The phone is still really small and it has a really nice form factor. Taking a tour of the hardware of the Moto G, on the front of the phone we have the front-facing 1.3 megapixel camera. Right next to it is the LED notification light. I forgot to mention this in my unboxing, but the notification light only shines in the color white. It's not RGB, but I did find it useful for when I got notifications. I could just take a look at the phone, and if I see the light blinking, I know I had a notification. So I really like that Motorola was able to implement the LED notification light in the phone. Right next to that is the earpiece, and then you find the sensors, and then you're greeted with the 4.5-inch 720p display. Now, the display on the Moto G was my favorite thing about the phone. It's only an LCD display, so you would think that it's not as good as the AMOLED display found on the Moto X, but it actually proved me wrong. It has a resolution of 1280 by 720p, and on this 4.5-inch screen, it gives it a PPI of 326. So it's above 300 PPI, and you wouldn't be able to see the pixels on the screen. Now, the display also has really good color reproduction, but it's not as saturated as AMOLED screens, but it's actually quite good. The viewing angles are also above decent, and I like that a lot. Now, outdoor visibility on the display is also stellar. You can easily see it in bright light, as you can see in this video that I'm showing you right now. And the display on the Moto G is really one of the best things about the phone, which I really like. Knowing the tour of the phone, on the bottom you find the micro USB port and the main microphone, and on the top of the phone you find the 3.5mm headphone jack and the secondary microphone for noise cancellation. On the left side of the phone you find the power button and the volume rockers. On the back of the phone you'll also find the 5 megapixel camera with the flash and the Motorola logo where the indent is, and right next to the camera is the speaker. Now, the speaker on the Moto G was quite good. It was really loud and it had really good audio quality, and even when I was making and receiving calls, the loudspeaker on the phone was really good. But when you're listening to music on the phone and you turn the music to the full volume, the speaker starts to get tingy and the audio doesn't sound as pleasant. That was my only problem with the speaker on this phone, but overall the speaker on the phone is quite good. Speaking of the camera, the 5 megapixel camera on the back of the Moto G was really good for taking pictures in the outdoors, and it was really good at taking pictures in good light. But where this camera suffered the most was in low light. But as you can see in these sample pictures, the Moto G took some really nice pictures. Now what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to play back three video samples right now. One from the front-facing camera, which was recorded at 720p at 30 fps, so you can see the quality of the front-facing camera video. I'm going to play a video from the rear-facing camera, which was also recorded at 720p at 30 fps. And the last clip I'm going to show you was a slow motion video, which I also recorded on the Moto G, because the Moto G is also capable of recording slow motion video. Now, a lot of people who made reviews about this phone never talked about it, so I decided to just talk about it in the video right now. So just watch these clips and be sure so you guys can see the quality of the Moto G's camera. The front-facing camera of the Moto G is also quite decent for stuff like vlogs and that kind of stuff. As you can see, you know, it takes pretty decent 720p video, and it's really nice. I kind of like it a lot. The front-facing camera on the Moto G. From what I'm seeing on the screen right now, it looks really good. And you can see it takes really nice pictures. I mean, the trees in the background look green as usual, and like everything sounds great. The microphone quality is good. So I do really like the front-facing camera on the Moto G. What's up, guys? I'm just doing like a video test of the Moto G, and as you can see, the video is okay. It's pretty decent. There's no optical image stabilization, but it's quite okay. There's nothing too bad I can say about the camera. And the talk about the performance of the Moto G. Now inside the Moto G is the Qualcomm Snapdragon 400 processor clocked at 1.2 GHz, the Adreno 305 GPU, and 1 GB of RAM. Now these specs might not sound high-end, but they were able to drive the phone, and the phone was really fast, and I was only experienced a few frame rate drops, but overall the phone was really fast. It's good for normal casual web browsing and also casual gaming, as you can see in these following clips. So in the top left corner I'm playing Riptide GP2, in the top right corner I'm playing Modern Combat 5, and on the bottom I'm playing some Flappy Bird. And as you can see, the Moto G was really great at gaming, and I didn't have any problems gaming on this device because it was really powerful. So overall, the performance of the Moto G is quite good thanks to that Snapdragon 400 processor and the 1 GB of RAM, and multitasking was a breeze, and the phone was really fast. Moving on to software, the Moto G runs an almost stock version of Android 4.4.2 KitKat. Now when I first got the phone, it was on Android 4.3 Jelly Bean, but there was an update readily available to KitKat. Now because it runs an almost stock version of Android, you do get that Google Now integration, and you're able to access the Google Play Store and use all of your Google apps or all that kind of fun stuff that you can do with Android. Now since Motorola was recently purchased by Lenovo, I can't really be sure about the update schedule for the Moto G anymore. But hopefully Motorola will keep on pushing updates like the way they've already done in the past. After all, the Moto G is a phone, and the thing you're most likely going to do with a phone is make calls. Now the call quality on the Moto G was actually really good. Callers said we sounded excellent, and on our side, callers sounded really great too. And even on loudspeaker, the Moto G performed really well. So overall, the call quality on the Moto G was really good, and I was actually quite impressed with the call quality. The last thing I'd like to talk about on the Moto G is the battery life. Now inside the Moto G is just a 2070 milliampere hour battery, and it's easily able to last the phone through a full day of medium use or even heavy use, and the battery will still have some charge left. So the battery life on the Moto G was really above average, and it could easily last you through a full day of use. One thing I forgot to mention in the video was that the back of the Moto G was removable, and there are multiple colored backplates available so you can better customize your phone. Now after removing the backplate, you'd see the battery, but the battery is not removable. All you can do is just put the micro SIM card into the micro SIM card slot, as the Moto G is an unlocked phone. Now in terms of pricing, the Moto G starts at the price of $179 unlocked or off contract for the 8 GB model, and for the 16 GB model it starts at a price of $200. Now for this price, you're getting a whole lot. Like, the phone has such a really good bang for buck ratio. I mean, for $180 you're getting a quad core processor, 1 GB of RAM, and Android 4.4.2 KitKat. It's just an amazing deal, and there's little things which are bad about this phone. So if I were you, I really recommend the Moto G. It's an amazing phone, and I just fell in love with this phone, and I am so glad I had a chance to review this phone. So yeah guys, it's been supertechsaiyan. Thanks for watching this review of the Moto G. Now this was actually my first professional review, so be sure to hit that thumbs up button. a big thanks to Motorola for sending this phone to me so I could review for you guys. And be sure to tell me what you think about this phone in the comments below. Be sure to like the video and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.